All right, scholars, our next topic for today is prefixes. If you want to get fancy, both prefixes and suffixes together as a category combined can be called affixes. That's because they are the parts that are affixed onto words. We can look at affixes in separate categories and talk about prefixes as one category and suffixes as another category. So when we think about prefixes, the prefix itself tells us where it belongs on a word. Pre means before, so prefixes are the word parts that get added in front of a word, and the point of them being added on before a word is that they're changing or adding on to the word meaning. Why does that help us? Why do we learn them? It's because they help us to infer word meanings when we're coming across unknown words and we are trying to figure out what those words mean. Then knowing what prefixes mean, we can figure out some of those new words for us. As a couple of examples, the prefix "n" means to make or to give. So if I think about a word like encourage, I know what the root word courage means, and encourage means to make somebody have courage or to give somebody courage. To encircle something means to make a circle around something. The prefix "im," if I know that it has two meanings, it can mean not or it can mean in, then I can think carefully about how it's being used on different root words. So if I think about a word like impossible, then I know that that means not possible. If I think about a word like import, we looked at that one in our root words video, then I know that that means to carry in, like carry into a country. The prefix "com" means together. And so I can compose something like we talked about last time, like put together, notes to write a song, or I can convene an event. Sometimes the spelling of C-O-M is changed to C-O-N. So the root word vene means to come, and convene means to come together, like to convene people in a meeting, to bring them together. The prefix "sub" means under, so I can have something that's submarine and it travels under the sea. And if I have a submarine vehicle, it's traveling under the surface of the water, not on top like a boat does, right? So these are really common prefixes that we see on both English words and on root words from other languages, but there are also some prefixes that are like a little bit more specific that you're going to be working with. So a prefix like astro comes from the Greek word that means star, and so it relates to anything like connected to space. So an astronaut is somebody who's traveling through space. Thermo means heat, and so a thermometer would mean something that's used to measure heat. And aqua means water. So a word like aquamarine, actually, as the color, it means water from the sea, and it's like a specific kind of bluish green color that water near the coast of the sea often has. So it's like kind of a unique word actually, because like both parts are pretty specific to water, right? Water, water, aquamarine. All right, so pay attention to the prefixes that you come across in your reading and thinking about how they're being used and what knowledge that gives us about the words as we read and as we use them in our own writing.